Hello and thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 22nd of March. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Also, if you'd like to chat with me on a one-to-one basis and get a much deeper insight into your situation, please see the link below to check out a one-to-one consultation with me. You can see my testimonials. Or if you'd like to embrace more serious astrology in an affordable way, please check out my range of personal horoscope reports. Get a 12-month forecast and a character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth, totally unique to you, and get 30% off by also seeing the link below. Hello Libra, and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 22nd of March. This week begins with the energy of last week's lunation still spilling its power into this 7-day period. Now this occurred for you in an area where your emotions are much more difficult to disguise. And it's possible that in a close relationship or with anyone really, that if there are interactions going on, where you're usually quite cool and detached, you may find that it is the case that your feelings, at least as far as you're concerned, are more apparent to those you interact with. But you know, your ruler Venus moves into a glorious location for you at the start of this week. It is true in a technical sense that Venus in the sign of Aries is in detriment, so it's a naturally debilitated position. But I actually really like Venus in Aries because I think it gives people spark. And what it's saying to you in its alliance with the Sun this week is that if there is a relationship you can work on by using your natural skills of diplomacy, of listening, of collaboration and cooperation, seize the moment because it could be a pivotal time. It's also true, however, that the week ends with a full moon in your sign. So if you feel that despite all your best efforts to see things from another person's viewpoint, if they're really not responding to how you feel about things or even acknowledging your point of view, you may feel that will have to consider very carefully whether to stay in the relationship or not. But this is a week when Mars, in a very expansive, adventurous part of your scope, is linking very productively with Saturn in your sector of self-expression. Now, Saturn in the 5th house isn't always much fun, but it just means that you're going to be very serious about your talents, very serious about your love life, and very serious about your flair and creativity. And with Mars being a much more proactive energy, if there's an area that you can add seriousness to hard work and discipline, it has a great opportunity to transform itself in a productive way. Monday and Tuesday also sees a superb link between Mercury and Uranus. Now, Uranus is in the part of your horoscope to do with longer term resources and where you're most invested in relationships. It can be about transformation, whereas Mercury is in the part of your scope that's to do with details. In the sign of Pisces, we really have to concentrate because the watery energies and the mutability of Pisces can dilute the clarity of Mercury. But I think on Monday and Tuesday, you could have a real brainwave how to realign or reuse your finances or resources in a more imaginative way. It is true that Mercury is in a tense right angle with Mars and in turn the North Node later this week. Because Mars and the North Node come together in a conjunction, this means that anything to do with your instincts of how you can make your life more exciting and more stimulating are likely to be very astute, but also you can add action. It just means because Mercury is in an area that's to do with duty, Mars in the 9th house is very much about just being in the moment and just being very daring, and that can create some inner tension within you as you try to toggle just the right balance between these two different parts of your life. But the full moon in your sign at 7:48 p.m. British Standard, British summertime, or Universal Central Time, as the week draws to a close, is a chance for you to make some key decisions about relationships. And it could be all the way to total commitment, or all the way to thinking that it hasn't worked and you need to think more about your own needs over the following 2 weeks as you make your way into April.